I'm going to let you know whether you should read the books that I read in October based on comp titles I give them. For the Sapphire Altar in the Vagrant Gods series, I think you should read this if you liked Black Sun and the Between Earth and Sky series. Both of them are high fantasy trilogies that follow gods or god avatars that walk on the earth, and they're also multi-perspective, following different factions trying to achieve different goals. For I Am the Ghost in Your House, I think you should read this if you loved At the Edge of the Universe by Sean David Hutchinson, or any sort of magical realism based coming of age story. For Abaddon's Gate from the Expanse series, this might be a weird pick, but I'm going to say Dungeon Crawler Carl. Both of these are very long series that are action heavy, and both have to do with large sci-fi political factions. Carl is obviously more comedic, though. For the Stars Undying in the Empire Without End duology, I would compare it to the Tix-Kalan duology by Arkady Martine. Both of these are space opera duologies. They're both inspired by real-life ancient empires, but I would say the Tix-Kalan series is much more action-focused. For Vampires of El Norte, I need you to bear with me. A Lady for a Duke. Yes, A Lady for a Duke is much more romantic centered, but I think if you fell in love with one of these couples, you're going to fall in love with the other. And I think that is the big emphasis point of Vampires of El Norte. For The Age of Innocence, I think you should read it if you liked the Anna parts of Anna Karenina. Both of these are classic about people who can't figure out if they want to have an affair, and everybody regrets their decisions. But Age of Innocence is much shorter, it takes place in New York, and was written more recently. For The Devils by Joe Abercrombie, I think you should read this if you love The Lies of Locke Lamora. Both of these are comedic fantasy that goes dark when it comes to the violence. I think that these are very, very similar. But The Devils is more into its magic and paranormal aspects. For the Enchanted Greenhouse and the Spell Shop series, I think you should read this if you love Legends and Lattes. Both of these are cozy fantasies where the main character is working the whole book to figure something out. I think they're paced very similarly. For The Last Thing He Told Me, I'm gonna say An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. They're both in the domestic thriller sphere, and they felt very point A to point B to me. And lastly, for Careless People, I haven't read that many books like this, but I would say if you liked Invisible Women by Caroline Criado Perez and want to see another book that is showing how small changes in something that is used ubiquitously has large effects in the real world, I think these are good comp titles. It's your turn now. Give me a comp title for something you read in October.